Hi everyone, my name is Kate and you are on my YouTube channel Tender Heart, on which I'm sharing with you my experiences in depression treatment. And in today's video, I'd like to answer the question if you need to go to a therapist in depression or not. I believe that this question cannot be answered unequivocally. I consider that sometimes you can deal with your depression on your own, but in some cases, seeing a therapist, a psychiatrist, or a psychologist is something you can go without. So let's look now at cases when you definitely need to go to a doctor. First case is if you are depressed for more than a half of year or a few months. I had depressions in my life before, but they were not lasting for years. It was like lying in my bed for a few weeks or a few months, doing nothing, having no interest to anything in this life. But then it passed and I started taking up my hobbies as usual. I was feeling depressed for a few months, but then it was okay, and I could start enjoying my life again. So, if your depression lasts for a long period of time, to my mind, you gotta definitely go to a doctor. Another reason to see a doctor is if there is no positive progress in your treatment. Month by month, you are getting more and more depressed. Nothing helps you. This nightmare is getting worse and worse. Your guilt and despair are becoming the part of your personality, and they are following you every day, everywhere, every moment. So, if you are not getting better for a long period of time, it would be better to see a therapist. The next case when you gotta see your doctor is if you don't understand causes of your depression. And that's why you may not see any positive progress in your treatment. It's when you look at your life and you see that everything is okay. You are satisfied with who you are, where you are, what you have in this life. Despite all this, you don't feel any pleasure of life. I would like to draw your attention to the fact that sometimes you may think that you know the causes of your depression, but in fact, this is not true. So, how can you know whether you have correctly identified the cause of your depression or not? For example, you come to the conclusion that your depression is a result of working in a job that you hate. You quit the job, months pass, but you don't get any better. Or you realize that the cause of your depression are toxic relationships and you stop talking to that person, but again, months pass and you still feeling as depressed as you used to feel before. And so it was with me when I tried for years to cope with depression on my own. My therapist helped me a lot find a reason of my depression that I didn't even know about. It was a shock for me to realize the truth about my life, and it was a great step to recovery, because the first step to recovery is to identify the causes of your depression and trying to avoid them. The next reason when you gotta see your doctor immediately is if depression strongly affects your daily life. You quit the job. You stop cooking and buying food, and as a result, you stop eating. You can't clean your house. You are isolating yourself and sitting all the time at home. You stop talking to people, even online. You stop caring about yourself. You don't brush your teeth or you don't wash your hair. And you got used to the depression and you don't want to fight it anymore. I think this is an important reason to go to a doctor if you cannot function in your daily life as before. And remember that the sooner you go to the doctor, the easier it would be for you to recover. I wish you the soonest recovery from your depression. Remember, everything will be okay. The entire universe loves you. You're not alone. If this video was interesting and informative for you, give me thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. See you in next videos. Bye!